Hello and welcome everybody to today's edition of Mexico News Network's Breaking News Business. I'm your host, Elliot Bullman. Remember to follow us on all our social networks and to catch us every day by logging onto our website, mexiconewsnetwork.com, for relevant stories and news. Let's start with today's show. Considered as a cradle of emerging companies, Mexico is for many the Silicon Valley of Latin America. Silicon Valley investors say that emerging Mexican companies have great potential for the generation of unicorns. Those are companies valued at $1 billion. Mexico City is undoubtedly the most active and fastest growing center in the Spanish-speaking world. It's a cosmopolitan city that opens its doors to foreign talent. According to Startup Blick, in their Mexican offices, it's easy to find a large number of Spaniards, Argentines, Colombians, Americans, and French and Germans. This is proof that language and culture are not impediments for professionals who believe in the great potential of Mexican emerging companies. That diversity represents an optimal indicator of a healthy and creative economy, as in Silicon Valley and Tel Aviv. For some years, Jalisco has also been promoting entrepreneurs from all over the country to the state, particularly Zapopan. With the Reto Zapopan initiative, the state government has promoted more than 100 projects in various sectors, ranging from the agro-industrial sector to information technology. Moving on. Mexico is considering responding to any tariff the United States imposes on our imports with retaliatory measures, Mexico's Foreign Minister Luis Videgaray said on Friday. The Mexican government will be ready to act if U.S. fiscal policy puts Mexico at a disadvantage, Videgaray said on local radio. Foreign Minister Luis Videgaray said Mexico could respond to any tax the United States were to unilaterally impose on imports with levies on select goods, aimed at U.S. regions most dependent on exports south of the border. Without a doubt, we have that possibility, and what we cannot do is remain with our arms crossed, Videgaray said in a radio interview. The Mexican government would have to respond. Videgaray said the trade strategy would replicate a 2009 campaign of retaliatory tariffs that helped Mexico win a dispute with the United States. On Wednesday, the minister mentioned Iowa, Texas, and Wisconsin as states that could be targeted in a conversation with lawmakers leaked to two newspapers. In other headlines, Mexico's economy is growing at a faster pace than other emerging and developed countries, thanks to the combination of macroeconomic policies and the implementation of reforms, which has helped to increase their capacity to resist shocks, says the Ministry of Finance and Public Credit. Despite the complex external environment characterized by high volatility in international markets, weak world trade dynamics, low oil prices and rising U.S. interest rates, the Mexican economy continues to rise through its main engine, the domestic market. Mexico's economic growth was 2.3% in 2016, thanks largely to the growth reported in consumption of goods and services of domestic origin and the greater flow of remittances to the country. The implementation of structural reforms has generated significant domestic and foreign investment in vital sectors such as energy, telecoms, and finance. 2017, however, will be a complicated year, and the main risk for the economic growth of the country is the high uncertainty, especially of the Mexico-US trade relationship. And finally, let's turn to the markets. The Mexican peso decreased 0.08% to 19.89 from 19.9 in the previous trading session. IPC Mexico increased 0.64% to 47,349 from 47,048 in the previous trading session. This was all for today. Thank you for staying with us. I'm your host, Elliot Bullman. Remember to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Log on to mexiconewsnetwork.com for more information on Mexico and the world. Until next time.